Hello, what's good? We're back. Day 2 point something, I don't know. Got me a little tool belt and can't seem to get it to work. It's like, it's not tightening up for some reason. Like I don't know. Just refuses to tighten up. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, I don't know. It's not working. And my tool belt keeps coming off. And it's just not comfortable. But it's hanging off my butt. You know. Well, yeah, we're here today. About to start this framing and stuff. I did a couple things. If you look up there, I put that piece right there. That wooden piece that's kind of covering up the drain, because it makes a lot of noise and stuff like that. So, but we about to get this framing done. So y'all rock with me, all right? Let's get it. I had to switch it up a little bit because I was gonna do the room within a room. Yeah, you gotta have your ring light, and then that was overkill after I spoke to a couple people who do it professionally. So all of this wood, all of that stuff right there and there, like, I don't know if y'all can see that, but I have two piles, one there and one here. Well, most of that has to go back because I don't have to do all that. But we are gonna frame a few things today. We gotta frame out the bathroom, the bar, this wall right here has to be framed out, and whatever else we have to frame. So that's what we're gonna be working on today.
Gotta stay grounded.
A lot of cutting, measuring and cutting all day. And I had to cut these 2x4s on an angle. At least the side pieces were on an angle because of the way I designed the wall. Cut those at a 15-degree angle. Not the most perfect cut, but it worked. And now I'm just setting up the 2x4s in order to create the first main wall, the wall in the middle. I think that wall was about 7 feet. Yeah, 7 feet, and the two side walls, which angle back, they're 2.5 feet wide. All in all, it gave me about 1.5 feet between the foundation and the new wall. Now that we have all our measurements, it's time to go ahead and frame up the first wall. Here's the main wall, and everything will be built off of this wall. A lot of cutting and measuring. They say you need to measure twice, so you only cut once. And I measured like 4 or 5 times. And these are small pieces I had to cut because the 2x4s that I bought, they were not a full 8 feet. Not to mention my ceilings are 9 feet high, so they wouldn't reach to the top. So what I had to do was kind of make another frame to go on top of the main frame, and that would give me my height to 9 feet. So just figuring it out, but we got it done. Here I'm just trying to line the studs up so they line up with the existing wall that I've already put in place. And after I just said the studs need to line up.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
I actually cut this a little bit longer than the bottom frame, and I did that so I could have a few inches that bled over to the side pieces to give me something to attach the side pieces to. And here I am with the nail gun, tacking it together. I did that in a few spots, a couple screws in there as well, but we pretty much have the wall finished at this point. Or at least I thought I did.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
I put the goddamn frame on top in there backwards.
You big dummy.
Now we're over in the bathroom, just getting the right measurements for each wall. And I ended up going with 5x5. Problem is, my 5 feet lands right on top of that spout right there, and that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out. And again, it's back to cutting and framing. If you notice, the piece of wood on the bottom is green, and normally when you're framing things, if any of the wood is going to touch the concrete, it needs to be pressure treated, so that green piece of wood is pressure treated. That's why it's different color than the rest of them. So we get this framed up, and this is the first wall that goes into the bathroom. This wall will separate the bathroom and the wet bar. And I did these studs 16 on center, which is pretty normal. The hardest part about this was lining this wall up, trying to get the wall straight, because the floor isn't the straightest. Like, you know, the concrete is in 2 levels, so just trying to get it straight was a hassle. And again, I have to add that extra piece on top. And also, again, as you can see, I put it in there backwards again. Try to bang it in with a hammer, and then I realized, okay, the reason it's not going in is because it's in backwards. So I took it down and turned it around, of course, and what do you know? It slid right in, right on up in there. Now, I didn't really film too much detail on how I was doing things, because I jammed my finger in the nail gun, and that's when I realized I really needed to pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm better at filming than I am at building, so I kind of had to sacrifice some of the camera work for my safety so I didn't hurt myself again. Here we adding some receptacles. I'm putting 2 on each wall. The one I'm putting here is the one that's going in the booth. It's for the mixer, the micro headphone mixer, and, you know, light, whatever you need to plug up in there. You know, I just needed some power in there. Really particular about getting these measurements right. You know, just so everything is pretty much standard, up to code. I'm gonna actually run the electrical, and then I'm gonna have a professional electrician come in and, you know, inspect it and make sure everything is where it needs to be. And of course, what's a day without cleanup? Kind of like a therapeutic wind down. Looks like I'm done for the day. That took way longer than I thought it was gonna take. And I was talking about reframing this whole thing, and that took forever. I almost took my thumb off. Well, the tip of my thumb with the nail gun. Clamp down on my thumb. Hurt like hell. So we got this wall up. This is one of the main walls right here. As you come into the basement, there's going to be an access for this and access for that. So, you know, something happens, they can get to that. Receptacle on that wall. Just threw 2 receptacles right there on those walls. And of course, that is the bathroom wall right there, if you can see it. I'll show you how it's gonna go. But the reason I didn't do that wall is because I still have that shower spout. So the plumber is gonna come and knock this down, cut that off and fill it up with concrete. And the bathroom is probably gonna be like a 5x5 bathroom. Nothing too big. Just something to do what you're gonna do. You know, do your do, or do you do, whatever you want to call it. Let's get a better look. This is gonna be the toilet. This is gonna be the toilet. This right here is gonna come over here, and this is gonna be a sink. Toilet, sink. You can't really tell now, but this here is gonna be the bar. Wet bar, sink, beverage cooler, cabinets, same thing at the top, cabinets. I got a piece of marble that we took out of the kitchen, out of the living room, that I'm gonna refit right here. And so yeah, this is a little cupboard area with the bar. And that's about it for now. I have to go to Lowe's and bring all of that wood back. I don't need that wood anymore, so we're gonna bring all that back. I'm gonna bring that roll back, and I had one more extra sheet, some more insulation that I'm gonna bring back, because I have to go get a different type of insulation going forward. I'm gonna insulate all that with some mineral wool. So this is the progress for the day.